Good evening and welcome to United Real Therapy, people. How we doing, people? We've got the infamous, the one and only man like Saeed TV. Saeed on here. Saeed, talk to me. How's your day, bro?
Yeah, man, not a bad day, man. Not a bad day, you know what I mean? Still cold, still miserable, but listen, man, we've got to look at the bright side of life. The sun comes out always towards like the sunset. I don't know what it is, yeah, but we're in Manchester, man. The sun always comes out just before the sun's going down. But listen, we've got to find the bright spots, man. We're still living, we're still well. And, final tomorrow. Big game tomorrow. Big game.
You know what? You know me. I don't. You know how much I hate the Europa League side. Tell the audience. I hate the Europa League.
You'd rather be out of it. Let's say the least. You know what I mean? You'd rather be out of it. You know.
And I'm biting my nails, bro. Nerves already. Nerves, because it's like a final. It's the final. Man United have not been in the final for how long? For 4 years almost. Big up to everybody joining. Big up to every one of you. Right, Saeed? We're gonna have to get into this. I want to know, how big is this game for Ollie, and how big is it for the team?
For Ollie, oh my God, mate. You know what I mean? This is absolutely massive for the confidence, for everything. You know, you're talking about mentality. You're talking about, not being in this position before. Obviously, people talk about Norway and whatnot and what happened over there. But for him, just as a person, he needs to win this more than anything. Just to kind of, because a lot of fans, Norway more than anything. Like, the fan base is split. Regardless if he wins the trophy, even. But imagine he doesn't win it at all. You know what I mean? Like, it would send the people who are not, Ollie out or whatnot, who are not kind of, that back him to the cows come home. They'll back him either way. They'll be doubting him. So for his self-belief, he needs this trophy to kind of show to the fans that, you know what, he's ready. And he's coming against a top coach at Unai Emery. I know a lot of people say he failed at Arsenal or whatnot. Still a top coach for me in terms of he's been there, done it, Europa Leagues and all that. He's won 3 in a row, so he's got a bit about him. For Man United as well, his mentality of just winning something, man. David De Gea has only won the Premier League and the Carabao Cup, I think FA Cup and 1 Europa League in 10 years, man. When you've got the likes of Edison has won 3 or 4 league titles. The levels are stark contrast, mate. So the reality is some of the players need the trophies, mate. Bruno Fernandes, I know people say he's going to sign a new deal, but you lose this game, it kind of, it doubts, the mind comes in, you think, don't want to stay here when we've got serial bottlers in the whole team. So end of the day, for everything included, you know what I mean? Everyone, every agenda you've got, right, it all comes down to tomorrow. We've got to win. And I think we need the mentality back. Because City, the problem is, guys, you've got to realize, though, Nuruddin, this could be short-term happiness. Because City win the Champions League on Saturday, everything we've won in the Europa League goes, it's all over. So for us, we celebrate, and then it goes back down again. It's crazy, man. I would have thought that they put the Champions League first, then give the Europa League. That would have been better. But we got to win it anyway.
But Saeed, come on now. They won the league, and people were talking about United game, United Liverpool game. They won the league, you know what I mean? And people are talking about other teams, even though they won the league. Saeed, come on. The noisy neighbours. It's 3 of them, 1 or 2 from Rusham, and the rest of them are from Stockport. In the empty ad, bro. Come on. Nobody, listen, they could win everything. And Man United will still make news. That's what I always say. On top of that, what is it? On top of the
that's is that you
ignored, but ever ignored. That's what it is. It's there.
Never ignored. That's the problem is, though. That's the demon inside you. What's it telling you, though? The demon inside you.
Listen, but Saeed, listen. We already know their project. We already know the way that is set up to be a winning machine. It is set up to be a winning machine. That's what it's done, and that's what they're doing at the end of the day. Because everything is part of it. They've got. When I tell people this, people don't understand, Saeed. The Dubai who owns City wanted to buy Barcelona. Barcelona are owned by the members, the Catalonians. It's the crown jewels. And when I say people, let me just educate people. Catalonia is a region. Spain is made up of regions. You got the Basque country. You got Catalonia. You've got, you got the different regions. There's so many different parts to Spain. They're all being put together to make up a country. And in Catalonia is the richest part of Spain. It's the region. and Barcelona are the crown jewels. Do you think they're going to give it to some human rights abusing muppets from Dubai? Do you think they're going to give their club to them? So what they did, Saeed, is that they bought the head of recruitment and the director of football. They bought them too. This is what they did. A couple of years after being at Man City, they bought those two from Barcelona, and then they already agreed years in advance that Pep was going to come and manage this team for them. And they bought players that are Pop's mold. So that's how much structure that's gone into Man City.
I know, Nuruddin, I understand you, but I just feel like for me, you know, listen, I don't know why I diverted to City, you know what I mean? I don't think we should go there anyway. But what I'm trying to say to you is, though, we need to win this, basically. That's all I'm saying to you. This has to be a game where we have to get everything right. You know what I mean? Tom Eaton, man. Bloody hell, man. You know what I mean? Honestly, man, you know. Oh, my God, man. I feel sorry for Romero, man. Romero, man. Big up to Romero. Does anyone know where he is, by the way? Is he all right, by the way? Does anyone actually know what's happened to him?
Yeah, he's going.
You know what I mean?
His
so
wife
for
was
us,
trolling Man United. That's how bad it is. His wife came out and trolled Man United publicly. And I was like, let us go. We've done amazing for this club. Let us
Free
go.
Romero, man. Free Romero.
Romero.
We've got to win it, Nordin, man. We've got to win this. And I think for me, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer plays the cards right, if he goes in there with a game plan, he knows what to do, and he trusts his instincts, and he trusts his ability in himself, and obviously the coaching staff to a certain extent, then they can win this. But if they start looking at what they're doing and what's going on there, or they start going defensive, like you say with McFred, and say, you know what, we're going to sit off deep, we're going to go on them, and we're going to hope that Pogba, Bruno Fernandes can do the magic. It's not going to work, man. In a one-off final, we seen it with Sevilla. We smacked up Sevilla in semi-final, destroyed them, chance after chance after chance. They go one ball over the top, Wan-Bissaka gets caught lapping, Lindelof gets bullied, they win 2-1. And that could be the reality, man. So for us, I don't know how to take Villarreal. I don't know. I think they're a weak team. What I think is they're a weak team in terms of pace and power. If we go out there and pace and power wise, we can destroy them. But if we start playing tiki-taka football, then you're gonna be left to you're gonna be left in the doldrums. So I think for us, are we big game finalists? We've seen this. How many finals have you watched in your time, Nuruddin, and you thought they haven't got no chance, have they? Name me some of the finals you've watched in your lifetime.
Oh my God,
they haven't got no chance.
The first final that I can properly remember when I came here, it was the Cup Winners' Cup. It was the Cup Winners' Cup against Barcelona. I think it was in Rotterdam, 91-92 season. That was my first ever. I remember being nervous. And City fans telling me, you're going to lose, Barcelona are going to beat you. And I remember Mark Hughes and Steve Bruce, mate. Mark Hughes. That was my first final. And, there's been, and then, the season we won the league, it was the other final. And then we won the double, didn't we? There was a Wembley. Wembley became our house. Sorry, it became part of Manchester.
Yeah.
Wembley became, and I just remember being nervous. I remember this, right? I've got a bit of a scar. Tell people, I got a bit of scar on top of my head.
Yeah, of course, I can see. Yeah.
There's a bit of a scar at the back on top of my head there, right? On top of my head. And that was Man United in the FA Cup semi-final against Oldham. When I tell people now, that young people, and they're like, Oldham. Yeah, Oldham were in the semi-final. Oldham used to be in the Premier League back in the day. And Oldham played United in the semi-final at Wembley. And Mark Hughes scored in the last 5 seconds. Seconds. After that, the ball went to halfway line. They kicked off. Whistle went. I'm telling you now, I was never so nervous. I jumped up and I smashed my light bulb.
Wow.
I was on my knees like that, and then I jumped up, leaped up. And you know what? I smashed my light bulb on my head. And I just remember that's one of the most, obviously, being in the final for the FA Cup finals, the League Cup finals. I remember we got beaten in the League Cup, one of them, and I thought, we got this. It's only Villa. Villa beat us. No, it wasn't Villa. It was Sheffield. Was it Villa? No, yeah, Villa beat us. Villa beat us. Was it Mark Sheridan? The guy, was it something Sheridan, his name? Some guy, he's from Stretford, actually. He scored. And then I remember Everton beat that season when Cantona got banned. Everton beat us, Paul Rideout. We came back, Cantona came back, 96. You know, I mean, all these finals in the 90s.
That's what I'm trying to say. And that's one thing for me is I look at and I think, you know, these kind of moments in a one-on final, we might have the better players, but they could have the better coach, you know. And I think Unai Emery, if he's looking at Man United, he can sit back against Man United, make it dogged. Capoue, Parejo, and what's his name? The guy from Arsenal.
Yeah.
You know, I
Coquelin.
forgot his name. Coquelin, yeah. Them two, let them lot sit deep, free midfield. They don't need to go forward. Moreno could go in there. They've got maybe Chukwueze. He might be back. I don't know. You know, so when you look at it, right, they've got some kind of system. It's about us breaking them down. Does Bruno Fernandes get isolated? Does Bruno Fernandes get man-marked? How does Oli try and get him out of that one? You know, Parejo might just do a job on Bruno and just nudge him every time. Get him that dirty old Spanish tactics. You've got Rashford on the right-hand side. Does he go with Greenwood? Does he go with Greenwood up front and play, like a balanced team in there? So these are all the questions, and, you know, you hope that.
Team news tomorrow. This time tomorrow, we'll know who's playing.
The game will be on tomorrow. The game will be on tomorrow.
Yeah, the game will be on by now. Yeah, the game will be on. But for me, here's what I think. I think Mundo's joining us. Welcome, Mundo. Mighty Mundo.
Big up, Mundo.
Man, how are you? How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Hello, Therapy. It's been a while.
How are the kids?
Yeah, man, it's been a while, man.
Are the kids all right? Family, everybody good?
Yeah, we're good, bro. We're good.
We're good. We're just talking. We're just saying now, how big is this game? How big is it? Because we're clear by far the favourites. Apparently, Villarreal is about 45,000, 50,000 population. How embarrassing would that be? This is their first final. Their first ever final. They're one of the most well-run clubs in world football, it must be said. The owners, they're never in any financial difficulties. They're usually cultured. They play 4-4-2. That is a very dogmatic English way of playing football, actually. Old school way of the British game was 4-4-2. And they've let Emery's probably one of the most famous, I'm talking about in terms of like a top European manager they've had for a long time. They've let him deviate that. Sometimes he plays 4-3-3. You know what I mean? Sometimes it looks like 4-2-3-1. Do you know what I mean? It looks like that kind of formation that Man United play, similar to the way we play. So it's really interesting. They've got two fantastic passers, two of the best midfield passers in Spain. You know what I mean? They've got amazing. They've got the guy who's on. He's reached his peak now. That Moreno guy. He's reached his peak. He's 29 years old. He's scored 29 goals this season. 20
reminds me of
La Liga. 23 goals in La Liga. He's got 10 assists in all competitions. 29 in all competitions. They're missing. What's that called?
Is he available though? Crazy.
No, I think he might be. I think he might be injured. It was a hamstring, but you never know. You never know some of them. But Mundo, I asked Saeed a question: how big is this for Oli, and how big is it for these players to lift the trophy in a final where we are favourites?
I mean, for me, as I said previously, these players need to win something. It doesn't matter what they win. You just need to experience the euphoria of winning something. Because if we seriously want to challenge for the league next season, then we have to lay down a marker. We have to, the young players especially, you know. I remember going back to when we played 2006, I think it was, kind of League Cup final with Rooney and Ronaldo. That was their first ever trophy, you know, and then we went on to win 3 leagues in a row. I'm not saying this team's capable of doing that, but but nonetheless, you know, you need to kind of experience the feeling of winning something. But however, I'm going to caveat that by saying we know what this team is like under pressure. The pressure is on us as the favourites. We're expected to win. The expectation is there. Will they flop as usual, or will players stand up to be counted and really show, you know, like Bruno, Pogba, Rashford? We need those boys to like deliver tomorrow, big time. But for me, the one concern is the centre half position. I'm a little bit worried because, you know, Spanish teams play tiki-taka, they play good football, they can move the ball. Chukwueze is a bit of a handful.
Apparently he's out tomorrow. Apparently he's out. He's travelled, but he's out tomorrow.
If he doesn't play tomorrow, that's a big plus for us because he's the danger man.
Saeed, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh, have I silenced you?
No. He's training, man. Look, he's training normally, man. He looks better than Maguire, though. And Maguire was sitting down. Someone said Emery said in his press conference, "I'm not seeing anything." Is it confirmed? I didn't see the direct quotes.
Yeah. But anyway, they're going to be trouble. We're going to have some trouble to deal with tomorrow. But I'll ask you this, Saeed. I'll come to you. You always talk about game management. You always talk about in-game management. How vital is it Ollie gets the in-game management right tomorrow?
Oh, blimey. Massive. Absolutely massive, you know. We've seen it in the Man City Carabao Cup game. This is the semi-final where we could have made a couple of substitutions. He didn't make it. He waited. And then City scored 2 goals in a flash. So, you know, it's very, very vital for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer before everything's messed up. And the biggest one for me was the FA Cup against Leicester. Can anyone tell me the ultimate reason why we made all them substitutions or all them changes? There wasn't a reason, you know. There wasn't a reason. I think the only player that was out was Rashford. And whether that makes a difference to Man United's side, then it's a bit of a worry because you can't have one player being that, you know, that good that, you know, your whole team performance goes out the window. And then he made 4 substitutions at once, Mundo. 4 in a row. And that's the problem where I'm worried about thinking, you know, if it doesn't go well for the first half an hour, you've got, you know, if you're a bold manager, go and make a change. Don't wait around. Because if they score 1-2, they can sit back and then we get frustrated and then it's lights out. Good night, Vienna, as Finger said. So we've got to put the right team out. We've got to put the right team out. And if you can do that, then I think we've got a big chance of doing it. But, you know, like I said, Mundo, you know, I think a lot of people are misjudging how bad we are in terms of tactically in certain games. Because you look at Emery, I think he's a better tactician than Ole. But can Ole get over in one game? Absolutely. But the problem is, you've got one game, and can you do that? You know, so it's tricky, man. It's tricky.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, if it comes down to tactics, what I'm relying on, what I have faith in, is that we have better players than them. I don't think we're going to tactically outdo them. What we have to be careful of is they don't concede many goals. They're very good defensively, Villarreal. So, you know, Arsenal didn't score against them over 2 legs.
Yeah.
And so it's not going to be as clear-cut and as straightforward as it might seem, but we have to be confident. We've got better players than them. On paper, we should beat them. But if we're talking about strictly down to tactics, yeah, that's where we fall short with Ollie. But no, I'm relatively confident about tomorrow. I say that now, but that depends. That completely depends on Ollie picking the right team tomorrow. Then I think got to pick the right team tomorrow.
Yeah, got W there, mate. Bloody hell! What is going on? We got a clone. There we go. You there?
Here we go. Yeah, listen, Neil Ashton is having a mad one.
I love that.
Real Ashton is running an interference, but yeah. So I don't know if you've answered it, but obviously my laptop just went shut down. You answered the question. I'm hoping that it was still live and you answered the question. It's to me the in-game management is huge tomorrow. And that's what I'm looking. I think players have to do their bit. I think it's a collaboration. The coaching staff have to do that. They have to prepare for the players to handle the pressure, and then also the players have to do their bit. But the coaching staff have got to help the players on the pitch. It's starting lineup in terms of I'm gonna go out in a limb and say, Saeed, me and you've been to the stadium. We've seen Rashford limping. Rashford plays. Even when he's so injured, he plays still. I think Maguire's going to play tomorrow. I think he's going to risk him.
I don't think so. I don't know if you see the pictures, Nordin, but he looked like he just gave up. I think he left the training early. I think he looked like a man that just looked like he's not there. He's not there. I mean, last week he wasn't walking, and now you're telling him, you're walking and you can be running. It's not going to work out. Why is it that Man United are so reliant on one? I know he's a quality player, but why are we so reliant on that?
Because they've not played. These are the guys have not played.
There you go then. So whose problem is that, man? That's not our fault.
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time someone was rushed back from injury to play in a major final and it made a difference?
Harry Kane, Champions League final.
Yeah. Horrendous in the Champions League final. That could have cost the Tottenham the final. Yeah. So it's never worked out well where players have been injured. Look at England, for example, when they go to major tournaments. Every time when they go to a major tournament, there's a player with some kind of metatarsal injury. They rush them back, right, and they flop.
Listen, let's look at the positives, guys. And you know what, Harish, ready, totally. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say
Hashif ready.
Hashif,
yeah. Let's be positive, guys. And Ollie did well and deserves more respect. He's been tactically acute for a major of the season. Let's back Ollie and the play. No, of course, we're Man United fans.
Of course.
We're just saying, we're just breaking down how the game could be. Guys, there's 60 of you in here. Please like, share, and subscribe. We cannot build this army without you guys. This therapy army.
Man.
We can't build it without you. We're on the road to 2,000. Let's go, people. Get people to subscribe to the channel, man. Let's go. Let's do this. Saeed, those of you who know Saeed TV is on his road to 40,000. You know what I mean? Let's go, people. I would say on the positive side, right, what can we do to hurt them? I think we've got the players, especially the attacking players. If the attacking players turn up, we can do damage. I think they're going to be tactical tomorrow.
We've got to start Greenwood.
Yeah. I watched the game against Real Madrid against Villarreal. I watched the highlights. I didn't watch all the game. I watched the highlights. They were super defensive. They scored one goal and sat back. And Unai Emery has got that tactics. Against Arsenal, he won 1-0 up. I think it was 1-0 or 2-0 up. And then he sat back. He took a striker off and brought on a defensive midfield player. So he's got it in him. But I think first goal is key.
Yeah, that's the one.
So Saeed, I don't know if you got that link on you, by the way, bro.
Yeah, of course.
If you send that link, we can pick the team. We'll pick Ollie's team, what we think Ollie's going to play, and we'll pick our team.
I'll send it to you now in the private chat.
Everybody in the comments, guys, get your team in. Who plays tomorrow?
To the private chat. To the private chat, Northern.
All right, cool. Let me go in there. Right, brilliant. Saeed, talk to me. What do you think in terms of what players can be match winners? Give me your match winners tomorrow.
So for me, I think it's the biggest one is Mason Greenwood. Honestly, I've never ever been so confident in a player to kind of get a goal. And I think for me, you're looking at Phil Foden against who was they played against? PSG.
PSG.
The way he was playing, unbelievable. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's going to be one player we can look at. And I think as well, Cavani. Cavani will be absolutely vital. Just try and zoom in, Lordin. It will be absolutely vital. I think if we can get Cavani in and get the crosses in. But the problem is, though, he had 3 touches in the box against Fulham. This is Fulham. We're talking about Fulham here. And we had a near enough full strength team that day. And I know there was a lot to play for or whatnot. And, we didn't have, Rashford starting. But, I think we just need to be very, very active. And I think our pacing behind can cause some problems. Any Spanish team, they hate pace, don't they? Real Albion's 36, 37. Mm-hmm. I know Parato's a young lad and whatnot, but still, they've got an Asian back 4. So if we can get at them, that'll be a bonus for us. I think 1-5 is out, so I just think for me, we've got to use our pacing behind. If we can use our pacing behind, I think it'll be massive tomorrow. Absolutely massive.
Mundo, I'll ask you the same question. Who do you think the match winners would be tomorrow?
Yeah, I agree with Saeed. I think the form that Greenwood's on at the moment, I just think anytime he's near the box, he's just dangerous. And I fancy Pogba tomorrow. The thing is Ollie going to be brave? I mean, if it was me, I mean, we're going to pick the teams in a minute, but I would play Pogba on the left and Greenwood on the right, and Rashford would be on the bench. But is Ollie going to be brave enough to leave Rashford out of a final? Because the worst thing he could do is try and what he normally does is try and shoehorn Rashford in on the right hand side, and he's ineffective on the right hand side. He's not. Greenwood is more effective in that position, so it's like, why handicap yourself? Play your strongest player in the strongest position, which is Greenwood on the right. He's dangerous, and if Foyth is out tomorrow, that's a big plus because he tore Arsenal a new one. He was unbelievable. So if he's out at right back, Pogba and Shaw on the left could do some real damage.
Listen, that's really interesting. So let's go to this team now. So this is the team. This is the team that Ollie's going to pick. This is the team that Ollie's going to pick, right? I think De Gea will play tomorrow, right? Yeah. So now we're picking what we'll pick. The back four picks itself is Wan-Bissaka. You know what I mean? Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
I think Bailly will play. Me personally, I think you'll go for experience.
Well, you see the team today, though? Did you not see him today?
Go on.
Apparently, he had a little niggle, and then he was getting treated on the pitch. And then it's come out today. I don't know if you see his quotes today. Did you see his quotes today, by the way, Bailly?
Yeah. So I saw a bit of it. Okay, well, let's go for. Well, listen, let's go for Tuan Zabi then. Tuan Zabi will play here, and then we go on this side here. Tuan Zabi will play here on the left hand side. So Lindelof plays if Bailly is not fit, because we can't afford to have guys that are not fit. So this is what Ollie's going to play, right? Luke Shaw, obviously. Shaw starts the season he's had. Even though that their best player is he plays on the right. He's left-footed and he plays here. That Moreno guy, he plays here. He doesn't play as out and out striker. He'll rotate between here and here. He stays on the right-hand side, and he's also a fantastic passer of the ball. And in the box, he's dangerous. He sits people down like they're nothing, honestly. I think we already know what's going to happen with that. I think definitely, especially if from what Saeed tells me, that Maguire's injured. So Fred will play, definitely. And then I think McTominay will play as well. I think because Ollie will go for that insurance. I think Pogba will be wide. I doubt it that he'll leave Pogba out. I doubt it very much. And I think it's going to be Rashford. I think Greenwood might be off the bench. But I would personally play Greenwood. But I think Rashford will be here, me personally. And then, obviously, it's Bruno there.
Yeah. Martial David in the squad, apparently. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't. I think he must have had a setback. Or maybe
he might go this year, you know. I think he'll go.
Yeah. Or maybe
I think he'll go this summer.
Or maybe he's gone. Because this is what was weird is that Ollie's never forthcoming. Ollie said, I saw him training. He was training with a team. Pogba was there screaming, Tony's back and all that stuff. And the next minute, he was in the contention for the game against Wolverhampton and then the Fulham game and the game against Wolverhampton. And I think that's what happened. So that is the team that we think, guys, that I believe that Ollie's going to pick. But I do think everything that he's telling me, I think Maguire will play, me personally. Because we already see Rashford plays even when he's injured. And I think Maguire will take all the injections, painkillers, whatever, and play. But if Saeed's
it's not a risk I'd take, though.
Yeah, if Saeed's telling me, you know, because I've tried to stay away from that. It's already stressing me out. I've tried to stay away from all that. So, because I had a busy day. And so if that means that he sat down, he didn't even train, he went home early from training.
He had a little light jog, and then he went back to the dugout, and he just sat there watching the training. And you just know then, you know, it can't make it. You know what I mean? Okay. It's not intense training.
But do you have any from our predicted teams for tomorrow? Do you think that's what he's going to go for? Is there any players on there that you think Ollie's not going to play tomorrow?
No, I think that makes itself. Yeah, Twanzebe apparently. There's rumours that he's starting. Apparently, there's some rumours out there.
Yeah,
I think Twanzebe will start. I think he looks more. For me, Bailly, I don't think I'm sold on him anymore. I just think he can't stay fit. And when he has any rhythm, what's the point of me backing Bailly when he's got no rhythm? So I think Twanzebe's played more games than him lately. So I've got to pick Twanzebe.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, as well, is that I don't trust Bailly and Lindelof together because they're both prone to errors. And if you've got two error-prone centre halves, at least Twanzebe is a little bit more steady, if you know what I mean. He's less likely to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. I think that could be a mistake playing Fred and McTominay tomorrow. I think it could be a mistake because we don't know. Their tactics usually, the way they play in the big games is super defensive. He's a bit more defensive, Emery. Good evening is a bit more defensive in the big games, and he was super defensive against Real Madrid. And it's a final, and he's not going to risk it. He's not a manager that risks it. So I think tomorrow, for me personally, I think you take one of those guys out, put Pogba back, right? I think this is our team. We'll pick our team. You put Pogba back here. For me, Fred plays. I take this guy out, and I play and Greenwood on one side.
Yeah.
Green.
You there? Is he gone?
Right. That's the team that I would go. So that there is there. That will be what it is. And I don't think any of us are going to play anybody different at the back. I think we're all right with De Gea playing. He's got more experience, especially playing in front of this defense, playing behind this defense, and this defense playing in front of him. I think that's the team we should go for. I think we should go for a bit more attacking because Sevilla, we ripped with Sevilla.
That would be a good team.
Yeah.
That would be, I would accept that team. But I think for me, the problem is, man, you're going to be solely relying on Bruno Fernandes' creativity now. And that's the worry. You pick Pogba too deep. Is he going to get frustrated? Is he going to keep timing the ball? Capoue, very, very athletic, They can get in around him. Capoue can get in around him. Is he press resistant? That's the key messages, that they'll try and do, that Moreno guy will try and get in and around him. So that's a problem you'll get. So I don't know. I would still put Pogba on the left-hand side. I would put Donny in there. Donny and Matic for me. I don't know about you guys, but I would play Donny and Matic. Yeah, I think they can play 2 games a week, man. The myth of Matic can't play twice a week, I think is a very, very big myth, mate. And he's had Sunday, Wednesday. I think he can do it, man. Did he not come off early against Wolves? I'm sure he came off or something like that. But I would play him. I'll play and then give Fred a finger a rest, man. You know what I mean? I would have played him.
So this is what you're going for, yeah? This is what you're going for. So Rashford back here. On
Mason. No, Mason. I'll put Mason.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would play Mason. Yeah, no, did you need to get some mods? Ban that guy down there. Don't know if you know him there.
Oh,
try and ban him.
I can't even see him. I can't even see these knockers.
Yeah, ban him, man. I don't know what it's these mods that Jesus, these trolling accounts are crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I just think why would you want to come on a fan channel to kind of like?
I know it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
You know what, Saeed? I'm gonna get some advice from because I tried. I've tried to do the most, and it's not working for me. Every time I try to, I already got the guy lined up to do it. Anyway, guys, so that's the team that you think tomorrow that would go. Yeah, that's the team that we're picking. Obviously, for me, it was fluid. I think we have to take. I personally believe tomorrow we can't wait for the game. We can't wait for the game to basically be. We can't just play it and play the occasion. We've got to go and take control. We've got to be on the front foot. We are the favourites. We've got to play like we're the favourites. And I think this midfield is more fluid. I think it's more fluid because they don't really press hard. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm underestimating them, but for me, this midfield is fluid. And sometimes it could be this. It could be that Pogba drops in, like, when we haven't got the ball. Pogba will drop back in, and it's just Bruno might have to go there. And Bruno already does anyway. So it could be like that. It could be 4-3-3 at times. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes Bruno might have to come in here. Pogba Pogba comes down here. You know what I mean? Like interchange.
Yeah, of course.
Same with Rashford. Cavani might come out here a little bit. Rashford coming in here. You know what I mean? It can't be. And I like the way the youngsters play against Wolverhampton. I know it's not a final. I know Wolverhampton have had a horrendous season. We can't read too much into it. But I like the fluidity of the top four. Against Wolverhampton, we played 4-2-4. That's what we played. And I think this midfield, keeping the ball a bit and rotating. Yeah. Sometimes if Pogba drops in here, Van der Beek can make these runs here where he's dangerous.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, Van der Beek here making the runs. Pogba stays here. Van der Beek making these runs here. He won't let me click on Van der Beek here. Maybe to Rome. And sometimes maybe Bruno has to drop back a bit and he can support that. I just think tactically gives more fluidity because of footballers there. You know what I mean? We're guys who are just going to be like static. We haven't got static people. And Matic will have to have his best game. Sometimes Lindelof maybe can step out here, you know what I mean, to get on the ball to come, you know what I mean? And Matic can then come back in over here. But I think Fred and McTominay are going to play. I think that's
I know. That's the reality. That's the reality, man.
I think that's what it is. I think that's
the reality, and I think that's what kind of hurts me because everyone can see it's not right, but will Ollie do it? And that's the problem. You know, will Ollie kind of, set on that? I'm not too sure he will do that. And that's my worry for me. Very, very worried. But, you just got to hope they're better players. We've been playing a lot of games, individual brilliance, so I just hope this one pulls off and we can start fresh next season. Mentality under the right path, sign a few summers. And I think, you know what? For all I'm, Ollie out and whatnot, I think for me, next summer is a clean summer. Next summer we start again, and then we go differently. I think this season's been very draining for me. I don't know what about you guys, but lockdown and everything, not being able to go to stadium. I think when I went to the stadium, I had a different perspective of football. I think the whole fan base needs a new, fresh season. We go again because listen, Ollie's not getting sacked. Even though I want it has been, and I think Man United should be getting a better manager than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I know he's not going to get sacked. So at the end of the day, next season we buy better players and we go again. We win this Europa League, get this over and done with. Yes, flawless.
Yes,
we get this over and done with. Win the Europa League, buy better players, and then next season, fresh start, and we go again, man. Because at the end of the day, like I said to you, Ollie's not going anywhere. We start again and we move on. We probably push on and see that we can catch Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Now there's 3 now. Even though I thought we had a head start in Lampard and in Klopp kind of dwindling. So, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll pick our teams, flawless. We just picked. We basically picked the team that we think that Ollie's going to pick, which is classic Fred and McTominay. And then we've also picked the team that we would like to pick. And I think we were on the Straight Jacket podcast yesterday, and I don't know if you saw that team, but we picked that team in the sense that we thought Matic and the way they performed against Wolverhampton, and I know it was only Wolverhampton, but the way those two performed, I thought that they deserved to start because it was more fluid in midfield. Like watching a game where I never had to see, you know what I mean? I didn't have to see, like, you know what I mean? Have to see, Fred and McTominay was always a good day for me. It's always a good day. But, bro, how are you, first of all? How did the show last night go? Was that the last roundup of the Premier League last night?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, man. So man's blessed first and foremost. Yeah, and secondly, from a Third Eye View yesterday, we just did what's it called? Yeah, fake accounts in the comments, in it. That's what it is. That's what they are. Hella fake accounts moving around in the comments. But yeah, yesterday on From a Third Eye View, we just rated every Premier League team. So me and Stro went through that, gave every team a score from 1 to 10. But yeah, man, we're gonna keep it going. Obviously, you got the Euros, you got Copa America. You've got all the transfer news as well, so it's going to be a busy summer. Just United alone, you know what it's like. We always get linked with everybody, so it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, you got the whole Harry Kane situation, which is you got Harry Kane, you got Haaland, so there's 2 major stars there. Mbappe supposedly wants away, so there's 3. You know what I'm saying? And that's just those 3, so you never know. Us and Sancho was started all over again, and that's to see off the top of my head, that's 4. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, man, in regards to United, the team we want to see for the Villarreal game tomorrow, the final. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
It's tough. Who's fit? Is Bailly fit? Because I seen him getting medical attention in the, at training today, but I don't know if he's fit or not. You know what I'm saying? But I will go with it. Actually, it's probably controversial, but yeah, man, big up Kato. I want to see. I'd put Henderson in. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'd throw Henderson in. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying put Henderson in goal is because Ollie's picked him and made him his number one. So as soon as he's under any form of pressure or under the microscope, you're going to leave him out. But we watched De Gea make mistakes for 2 seasons straight and you left him in. But now Henderson's your guy. And you're going to instantly assume, what's that going to do for his confidence? Because he's going to make mistakes after this. All number ones do. So I would put Henderson in goal. Fullbacks.
Can stop you there 1 second, Flores. Can I just stop you? Give me your team. Saeed's got to go. Yeah. So, Saeed, give me your predictions. Come on, be positive. Let's leave this game on a positive note, pal. Give me your score.
I'm gonna go for 2-1 in extra time. 2-1 extra time.
Okay. 2-1 in extra time. Right. Well, I appreciate you jumping on, bro. I know you're busy. I know you've got streams to go.
Yeah.
Loads of love.
I'm just commenting now, so and then you mod me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to mod people. Yeah. That's what he was saying to me. Tell Nuruddin to get mods on his channel because
literally, all you do is click on the profile and then you add mod. So you go to YouTube right now on the app and then add mod.
Listen, I'll
big up the man them, yeah.
Yeah,
big up every time, man.
Yeah, man, big up.
Love. So sorry, it's Flawless. So you were talking.
Cool. Yeah, cool.
You were saying. You were telling me about your team. So Henderson, for you, Henderson starts tomorrow.
I would start Henderson, yes.
Even though you will not be in this final without De Gea saves.
That is very true. I am not disputing that, but he's still his number one. Like you were talking about Matic and Donny playing very well, but it's only one game. It's like, I'm not saying De Gea isn't better. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we need to find, I've been saying this for the longest, and I've not said it on this channel either. We need to find out if Henderson's good enough or not, because we don't know. So therefore, we need to play. Like, that's my whole point. I was saying this from the start of when De Gea was away and he had his baby and he went to Spain. Like, well, his wife had a baby, I should say, and he went to Spain. We need to find out if Henderson's good enough. How are we going to know if we don't play? Because if he's good enough, cool. If he's not good enough, that means we got 2 number ones and none of them are good enough. So we have major issues, aside from the centre-back, a holding midfielder and a right winger. So that's why I'm saying play Henderson, because I've been done with De Gea. I don't think he's had a good season in 3 years. He was better this season, yes, he was decent. But the 2 seasons prior to that was poor. I don't think he's had a good season in 3 years. So I think it's time we need to look at alternatives, and Henderson is one of those alternatives. If he's not good enough, go and sign a goalkeeper in the summer. So that's why I'd go with Henderson. 2 fullbacks, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. I'd go with Maguire and Bailly. Even Maguire not being 100% fit, I would still go, give him the injections, and if he can play, get him on the pitch. Maguire and Bailly would be my
Saeed's telling me that he didn't even train today. He didn't, on the photos, he sat back down. Yeah. I mean, I personally think he's going to play him. I think he'll play. Because Rashford plays when he's got all sorts of injuries, when his back is broken. We already know, people. We already know. Go on, sorry.
Yeah. So I reckon I would like to see Maguire, Lindelof. Maguire and Bailly. Who would I play in the midfield? I'd go Fred and Donny. That's who I'd play. I'd play those two. I'd play Fred and Donny. I thought Donny played very well against Wolves, and it's not just on the Wolves game, because there's a couple times early in the Wolves game where he beat the press, and that is very important. There's a couple times where he spanned the Wolves team, and that can just transition. That turns defense into attack, and even though it's a simple thing to do, you miss it when it's not there. So that's why I'd go Fred and Donny, and I think that sends the right message to the players and puts fear in Villarreal. Like, United are going to go for this. Yeah, man, Nuruddin out here on ITV. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say this all the time. An attacking mentality. And that's nothing to do with manager or systems or patterns of play. You can have the 11 worst players in the world and have an attacking mentality. I want us to go there and impose. We have a better team than Villarreal. Do that in the team talk. You know what I'm saying? Show that in the team selection, so should I say. So I go Fred, I go Donny, Bruno in the 10. I play Pogba from the left, Greenwood from the right, and Cavani up top. That would be my preferred 11.
Wow, that's a good 11. Mundo, talk to me. Give me some positivity, man. I was wrapping up the show. Give me some positivity. Windy just before asked, Windy Grant asked who's going to be captain if Maguire doesn't play. The captain recently has been Bruno. Bruno's been captain. Yeah, it's been Bruno. But Mundo, come on, tell me your match winner, your goal scorer, and tell me the score. What you think the score is going to be tomorrow? No,
Just
first of
because-
all, where do you think the game's going to be won and lost? That's it. Where do you think the game's going to be won and lost? And give me
Midfield.
your midfield.
100% in midfield. I think the midfield battle's crucial tomorrow. And in terms of the result, I think we'll nick it 1-0. I think we'll win 1-0 tomorrow. Villarreal are quite defensive, so I think it'll be hard. They're a hard team to score against. So I don't imagine us scoring many goals, but 1-0 will take it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super tight. I agree with you. I think it's going to be super tight. But we'll come up to the look of the show to because some of the audience wants for us to talk about the England 33 that we picked today. But on the last one, Flawless, I'll come to you. Where do you think the game's going to be? It's going to be won and lost, and who do you think? Who's your match winner tomorrow?
I think it'll be in attacks. I think we have to take our chances, and that's where it'll be won or lost. Like if our attack is on point, we win this game. I mean, 2 out of our 4 attackers, so any two out of the front 3 and whoever play and Bruno playing 10 and our front 3, it'll be between those 4. If 2 of those 4, because it'll most likely be McFred, if 2 out of those 4 turn up and both play, and 2 of them play 8 out of 10 or more, we win this game. That's what we're relying on in it. Like I call us individual brilliance FC all the time, and that's because that's what we rely on. That's what's got us this far. Is moments of individual brilliance, and we have so many clutch players that it can be a Greenwood, a Bruno, it can be a Pogba, a Rashford off the bench, or a Greenwood off the bench. You have Cavani also. So between our front 4, that's where I think it'll be won or lost. That's who I'm looking at to win us this game. And to people responding to me in the comments, the reason why I said Maguire is because I really don't like Lindelof. I'm not a fan at all. I'm really big. I'm really not big on, I'm not big on Lindelof at all. So even a half-fit Maguire, I'll take over Lindelof because Lindelof to me is just too passive as a defender. He's too weak. He doesn't engage. And I'll take you not being good enough. But what I won't take is being passive and not trying in it. Like Maguire might just not be quick enough to get somewhere, but at least he's trying to get there. You know what I mean? So that's my point on that. And on the Henderson De Gea people, I'm not saying Henderson is better than De Gea people. What I'm saying is I don't know because I've not seen Henderson play enough. He's played,
it's true.
10, 11 league games for us. So I'm not saying he is good enough or he isn't. What I'm saying is I'm done with De Gea. So we need to play Henderson to find out if he's good enough or not. I'm reserving judgment on him. Yes, he was poor against Liverpool, but that's the first time I've seen him and he's been very poor. Over than that, to me, he's been okay or better. So that's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, the England squad as well.
Yeah, I just come to guys. There's 70 of you in here, over 70 of you in here. Please like and share and subscribe. We can't build this. We can't build this community without you guys. And this is much of you, as much as is of us here interacting with you guys. We're just here to give opinion, and everybody's opinion is valid. What do you, just coming to you, Mundo, what do you think of the 33 that he picked? And do you think that was really horrible shade on Juan Bissaka? Because I think that he's had an indifferent season, but lately he's been one of our best players. He's been one of our, not to be included in the 33. To me, that says a lot. That says a lot about disrespect. At the end of the day, he's probably, for me, the best defensive right back in the country, in Europe, in the world even.
The thing about Southgate is, though, he likes his defenders to be comfortable on the ball. And we've seen that before when he dropped Smalling from the England squad because he said he wasn't good enough on the ball. So he's picked right backs that are more attacking than Wan-Bissaka. But there'll be certain games when you need someone who can defend at right back. So for me, short-sighted. Yes, you need the balance. You need full backs who can attack, but you also need full backs in your squad that can also, in those games when you need to keep it tight, can defend. So I think it's a mistake. Who's been better than him at right back in the Premier League this season? Very few players.
Exactly. But I think he's got better. I think he's got better on the ball as the season's gone on. I know he can be easily pressed. I know he gets a bit shaky when he's pressed. But I thought some parts of this season, he's set up goals. He's been part of the attacking. He's had energy of the pitch. And I'm just like, you need to just at least to be included in the 36, because this is not the final, people. You can only, just 27. It used to be 23. You can only ever take to tournaments. But because of the corona and everything, and because of the, all leagues being really tight this season, UEFA have said you can take 27, right? And out of that 27, you can only have 23 in the matchday squad, right? Because I think you're allowed 5 substitutions, right? But in this 33, whatever's gone, the fact he can't even go there, for me, it's just, I'm just like,
Who's better than him? Right, so he's going to take Reece James.
To me, to be fair, I've been super impressed with Reece James.
Reece James is a good. I'll go take Reece James. So you've got Reece James, you've got Alexander Arnold, you've got Kieran Trippier.
He's better than Trippier. I'm sorry, Wan-Bissaka is better than Trippier.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. And it also depends on as well. What I was thinking of is what formation is Gareth Southgate planning on playing. Like Wan-Bissaka should go regardless whether it is he's going with a flat back 4 or wing backs. But that'll be interesting to see because this whole Wan-Bissaka is not good on the ball, and I agree with what you're saying there. But I want my defenders to defend first and foremost. The key is in the title. He's a defender. Can you defend? All this playing out from the back like England are going to be playing Rolls-Royce football anyway. If they were playing like that, I'd understand. We ain't going to see England play like prime Barcelona. Mm-hmm. So this whole thing of England, he needs to be play out from the back. Like get him to defend first. That's what cost England in the last tournament. Was their inability to defend that time. So it's like, have a mix and have a balance. But what is his plan? Is he going to play a flat back 4 or is he going with a 3 with wing backs? But to me, Wan-Bissaka should go, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it has Hector Rico. I swear everyone will choose. Yeah, he will. He will choose Congo. And then you know what? They'll play their tournament in January and he'll be gone most of the January. That's what would happen. But at the end of the day, listen, we've got a big final. You know what? We're going to do a proper show on England, right? We can't. We can just briefly comment on it because a lot of you have been asking in the comments to talk about it and asking us questions about it. But tomorrow is a big final. How, in terms of scale, being a United fan, you Mundo, you Flawless, have been a United fan. How big is this game tomorrow? How big is it?
Go on, Mundo. You go first, then, because
in terms of our history and where we want to be, it's not a big game. We don't want to be in Europa League, so from that aspect, it's not a big game. But in terms of where we are today, in terms of our players needed to win something, it's a big game. In terms of Ollie and him remaining Manchester United manager, it's a big game because there's a big difference between finishing a distant second behind Man City and finishing second behind Man City and winning a trophy. And especially when it comes to our summer transfer business, because if we win Europa League, we finish second behind City, win Champions League next season, players think actually Man United might actually be on the way back. But if we don't win anything and we're a distant second behind City, then as a player you might think, well actually, are Manchester United really on the way back or not? Mm-hmm. So for me, that's why it's critical. We need to win tomorrow.
Flawless.
Yeah, what Mundo was saying there, that's the type of vibe I'm with it. Hector Rico said it here also. It's Ollie's biggest game because he needs to win a trophy. So for him and the players that haven't won trophies before, it's massive for them. For the squad overall and Manchester United, because we haven't won a trophy in 4 years, we just need to win a trophy to end the drought because we shouldn't be going 4 years without a trophy. That being said, for me personally, it's more of just win it to have some. I'm looking at it like it can be a catalyst for us to jump, a catalyst for it to be a springboard for us to be successful next season. Maybe. That's what I'm hoping on. Maybe it kicks on. Maybe it gives Ollie the thirst for winning and it improves them dramatically. Maybe certain players, it gives them confidence and they improve dramatically and the coaching staff. Do I believe it will? Probably not, but I'm just hoping so. I'm here hoping and praying that it does that. Like we've seen Pep come in and Mourinho come in to Chelsea and United and Pep come into City and target the League Cup for a reason, just to win a trophy. So I'm hoping it can be that and we win more trophies because of that. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But should we win it? Yes. Is that big for me? No, because we shouldn't be in the Europa League. We're a Champions League side. And when I say that, people, I'm not saying we should be winning the Champions League. I'm saying that's the competition we should be in. Even if we get knocked out in the quarterfinals or the first knockout round, that's the competition. We have Champions League level. We have a Champions League level team. That's why we're in it. And we should have got out of the group, but we didn't. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. It's not, put it this way, if we do win it, it makes the season, it just makes it above average to me. It takes it from a 5 to a 6. I won't be like, yeah, we've won. I won't be jumping up and down about winning it because it's the Europa League.
For me, I'm glass half full. So it's gonna take. If we win it tomorrow night, it's gonna take from about 5 to 6.5. That's what it'll do for me. If we win, and I hate this more than most. I hate this competition. I never want Man United to anywhere near this competition. To me, if we lose tomorrow, for me, it's not a big pain, but I will feel sorry for the younger fans and the fans that I've not seen Man United win. But for Ollie, it's a huge game, so I'm nervous for Ollie. And I'm nervous for some of the players when I think they have to turn up. I think we will win it. I think it will be very tight. And for me, the score would be, I think it could either be 1-0 or 2-1 to United. And I think don't be surprised if it goes to extra time. And don't be surprised if Maguire plays tomorrow. Honestly.
Maguire plays. Maguire will play. Maguire will play 100%. He'll play. 100%. You mentioned it about Rashford and his back. Like, he'll play. That's his captain. That's his guy. Like, if he's 60% fit, he'll play. Because he don't trust these man without it. Definitely.
Listen, to me, I want to say, listen, there's 70 of you in here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Yes. To me, the team that would be, I think Greenwood has to start tomorrow. Even though Ollie can think, you know what, it's 90 minutes game. We might go extra time. Do I need some fresh legs in? Get in there. I think if the game goes like that, I just want a brilliant in-game management tomorrow. I want Ollie to leave everything on the pitch tomorrow in terms of his in-game management. And I want to see Diallo come on the pitch. I want to see Van de Beek. And I don't want to wait till the 18th minute. I want 60 minutes, something like that. Change it. Don't wait for it. Do not wait for it. Change it. Yep. Don't wait for it. Don't wait for the other team to go up there and beat us. We have to go out there tomorrow for me. We have to impose ourselves in the game. We're Man United. We're in this Europe. We don't want to be in Europa League, but now we're in it. We've gone to the final, and we're going to go and take it. We are going to go and take it. So that's my mentality tomorrow, and I'm hoping that the players are there, and I hope that they can manage the pressure. I think Ollie said in his presser today. I mean, I've seen a quote him saying that the pressure is a nice pressure. It's nice pressure. So let's hope this is a nice pressure. And also a lot of people. I mean, the press are asking. Should Fergie come down and talk to you before the game? I'm like, listen, Ollie's the manager. How much is that to undermine Ollie? To go and ask for Ferguson to come and say a word. Ferguson could be outside going, good luck, give it, go on, guys. But he can't come in and give the team talk. Even though he's a don. I mean, today, I think most of you have not seen it. He's done an interview with JQ magazine, right? That guy, something Nesbitt, the guy's called. He's an Irish guy who's a big United fan. Yeah. And he asked him the question. He's like, and he asked him about. It's like he goes, Leicester. This is Fergie's quote. I'm butchering it a bit, but he says, Leicester, what gives us hope in football? The big clubs like United, Liverpool, and Arsenal. He doesn't mention City or Chelsea, and I'm like, shade.
You love to hear it, man. You love to hear that, man. From shade.
Fergie calls Liverpool a big club, Arsenal a big club. Says Leicester need to mix in it with the big boys. And doesn't mention City or Chelsea, and I'm like, yo. And I put the tweet out there, but I think he went over the heads. I think he went over a lot of people.
Don't miss that.
I think a lot of people said, well, tomorrow we go. I think we've got to stay positive. I think we've got to go out there. We've got to support Ollie, the manager, the coaching staff. At the end of the day, we can't cry over something that's not there. We've got to go out there and I think stay positive and have a positive outlook in the game. And think, go and play. And I think Ollie's got to go for it. If Ollie goes for it tomorrow and we get beat, I'll be like, you know what? That's football. It happens. Yeah. There's no shame in losing.
Yeah, you know what it is? There's a way to lose. If we actually go and attack and their goalkeeper just has an exceptional 10 out of 10 game and says everything and they catch us on the break and beat us, you're like, all right, cool. That's been my major issue with Ollie from the jump. I'm just like, attack. I have attacking mentality. Go for it. Forget patterns of play and systems and that. Go and try and impose yourself and win football matches. And we'll probably beat. And when we've done that, you actually won games. That's why we've not scored like 5+ goals in Ollie's reign like 9 times or something like that. So the players are there.
Listen,
get ready, boys. Get ready tomorrow. If Man United lose, Ollie out are going to be trending worldwide. The whole
definitely
flipping crash.
Definitely,
Ollie out will be trending till we kick off the next league in the Premier League in the summer. You know what I mean? After the Euros, people in the Euros will still be like England, Southgate out, Ollie out. They'll be adding Southgate and Ollie together.
Put them together, really. Merge them
Put
together.
them together like they come together like bread and butter. Mundo, what are we? Do you agree with Flawless and me that we have to go for it and losing? It's no shame if we go for it. And the thing about it is that Fergie's been doing a lot of interviews. Fergie talked about the Man United DNA. Being that, get all the attacking players on there, go for it, risk football. When people say to me, what's the Man United DNA? What's the Manchester United way? Manchester United way is to risk football. And if we only does that, if the players do that tomorrow, and like Flawless said, we get caught, how are you going to feel?
The worst two words in football is what if, yeah? If you don't take the chance, if you don't take risks, then you're always going to be thinking, what if, what if? If you take risk and you lose, that's football. You can lose a game of football. But if you don't even make an attempt to win the game and you lose, then you're always going to be, that's always going to be in the back of your mind. And even as a professional footballer, they'll be thinking that, they'll be kicking themselves thinking, if only we went for it. And also as well, Ollie's got to get his tactics spot on, because if he does set up in a negative way or doesn't allow our players to express themselves and we lose, our players may lose faith in Ollie, because for a lot of them it's like, this is a big game. Yeah, they want to win, and they don't want to be hamstrung by the manager's tactics. They want the manager. Not that I think Ollie will actually go the other way. I think he will actually say to his players, "Go, enjoy yourself, express yourself. Let's win the game." I'm hopeful that's what he will do, but you've got to leave everything on the pitch, and have no regrets. And if you lose, you lose. That's just football. Yeah. But if you go down the coward's way, trying to play negative defensive football a la Mourinho, then that's the fan base is not going to accept it anyway. No. Yeah, it's not only the players,
and the players are not going to accept it. Yeah. You said it. Players won't accept it. The players won't accept it, and we already know we've got no structure. We've got the toxic leeches, that is the Glazers. Guys, there's 80 of you in here. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, we cannot build this community without you. On a positive note, I'm going to say, come on, United! Come on, you Reds! Come on! Do this for the fans. Do it for the young fans, man. The ones who've not seen us lift a trophy in 4 years. Do it for them. Me, Mundo, and Flawless have seen bare trophies. We've seen trebles.
Facts. Everything.
Trebles. We've seen doubles. You know what I mean? We've seen what we've seen. We can hold on to those still, but the fans have got to do it. I don't think somebody just said before about the Ollie Outers will be praying that Ollie loses tomorrow. I don't think one Man United fan,
listen
the manager, would ever want Man United to lose a final.
Yeah. Nobody can vouch for me. We speak on these platforms on a weekly basis. I'm Ollie out. This is well known, but do I ever want Manchester United to lose? No, I don't want to be right about him. I want to be wrong. I want all the Ollie-inners, everything they say about this man to be right, because I'm more interested in United being successful than I am being right. I'd love us to win the league next season under this guy and this manager to return us to glory. In my heart of hearts, do I believe he can do that? No, but I don't. I want to be wrong on that. And will I give him credit if he wins the Europa League? 100%. I'm not going to hail him up though, and because we're in there because of he's large part to why we're in this competition. Let's not forget. So you got to look at both ways. But yeah, man, I want us to win. Of course, it's a trophy. We've gone 4 years without one.
Big up Dante here. Look, trust me, I'm 18. I need a trophy.
I speak for you, and I speak for you. We live for the glory.
That is the comment of the night. That is the comment of the show. That is the comment of the show.
I'll tell you what would be the killer. If we were to lose tomorrow and City were to lift the Champions League, you ain't ever see me on this channel again. I'm hibernating. I'm disappearing.
Mundo, if that was Liverpool and they would do some kind of Mickey Mouse treble, I would agree with you. It's City. Even if they were doing 3 trebles, ain't nobody caring, bro. Ain't nobody caring. Most people around the world don't know there's a second team in Manchester. I'm quoting for word, Robinho. Robinho thought he was going to sign for United. I'm quoting Daniel Eleves, word for word. He thought, I didn't know there was another team in the city. That just shows me. So those lot in Stockport, and the couple of people in Stockport, those Stockport tashes, with that empty-ad stadium, they can do whatever they want, Mundo. We don't care, man. We don't care. At the end of the day, Man United is where culture is. I seen a quote. I seen something. I seen a clip on Twitter the other day about Rio Ferdinand. So Rio Ferdinand was at the hotel in Manchester, and I think Pep Guardiola's family or people were staying there. And some United fans, a man and his wife were there, right? And Pep Guardiola and Rio are talking, right? Check this out. Rio talking to Pep Guardiola. This United fan, he's there with his wife. He goes to Rio. Rio, can I get a photo? And Rio's thinking, Dad, I'm talking to Pep Guardiola here, man. Respect, well, what's going on? Calm down. Anyway, Guardiola goes, yeah. Guardiola is a nice guy, invites him. And then the guy goes to Guardiola, can you take the photo? Guardiola's like, yeah, I'll take the photo. And then Rio's there with a my man and his wife. They take the photo, and then Rio goes, how can you do that, man? Do you know what the photo? This is one of the greatest management. You know what the United fan said to him? Listen, I ain't interested. This is about United, mate. This is
about United, man. Someone don't care about that, man.
United, man. That's what I'm saying to you, Mundo. Majority of fans in Manchester, that's what it means, man. Say, noisy neighbours, man. Make all the noise you want. That's what Fergie put the shade out there, said, Leicester's needed because we can't have all the big teams winning everything every season. And he picks up Liverpool, Arsenal, and never mentions, he says United, Liverpool, and Arsenal, and don't mention City or Chelsea. Because they know they're manufactured FCs, mate. Manufactured. They're made they're like Amazon, mate. That's what they are. Anyway, guys, it's been love. United can do it tomorrow. I'm sending that positive energy. I think now that we made it to a final, that Ollie had lost 4 semi-finals. Now that we made it to a final, I think we could do it. I think he's got to go out there. The players have got to go out. All he's got to do is bit. The players got to do their bit. We've got to go and leave everything on that pitch. After that, if we get beat, no blame, no Ollie out, no bottle job, nothing. Because we put it out there, we put it on the line. And that's what Man United DNA is. I want to see risk football. I want to see attacking football. That's what I want to see. Flawless. Yeah. Let the people know where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, people, you can find me on Sarcasm City TV. You lot who were disagreeing with me in the comments, jump over, man. Let's have the conversation and that. Man goes live on the channel every day. Obviously, it's not all Manchester United. There's different shows on there, but just check out the upcoming live stream section. You can see it in my name there. Subscribe to Sarcasm City TV, and let's have the conversation, innit? Let's have the convo. But big up for having me, Nuruddin, man. Much appreciated. Thank you.
It's been a long time since we had you on here, bro. I need you here. I know we stream similar times, but I need your voice in here. I need your voice in here, bro.
100%, man. Anytime I'm free, man's here, and you already know. Like that's just the conversation. As soon as I see that, if I'm free, man's here. Every time.
Love. Mundo, tell them where they can find you.
Find me on Twitter at Mighty Mundo.
That's it. Yo, people, go and get Mundo. You need to start tweeting. Listen, he's got 2 little toddlers, and they're absolutely running a madness. You know what I mean? Man's still working from home. He's got 2 little babies, and they're running absolute madness. So he ain't got no time to be social on social media, people. But I will say it again, people, like I always say, with my chest, win, lose, draw, Glazers out. Please, all of you guys who are on social media, you need to get on there. You need to start tweeting. We need to get the hashtag trending. We don't need Man United to lose for us to be trending that Glazers out. And also, please support the campaign that is online and on social media. It's called Never Penny More. You need to get in there 5 minutes of your time. Show love for the club that you are a supporter of, the club that you love, the club that's in your heart. And please, click 5 minutes it takes for you to downgrade all of the sponsorships, all of the companies that sponsor us, and give them a one score on Google Apps, on Google Apps. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. But guys, loads of love to every one of you. Fingers crossed we will be here tomorrow after the game doing a match reaction. Hopefully I can get Mundo on. Flawless. I know you'll probably be doing a watch along. Do you do your
no watch along. I'm not doing a watch along for the final. Forget that. I need to watch that in peace. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, I need to watch that in peace. And chill. And shout out my TV. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not having people trying to troll me in the comments when United go a goal down, because I think we'll go a goal down. I'm not gonna lie. That would just be typical. That would be typical of United to go a goal down and then win the game, because that's what we've been doing the whole season. Always. Of course.
And you know what? And you know what? Honestly, tomorrow is a game we cannot afford to go in the finals.
Yeah, I don't want us to.
Because we already know what Good Evening is going to do. Good Evening is going to park the bus, and we struggle against park the bus teams, man. So we need to score first. If you want it to be a good game, they'll have to come out and play, because we already know they're going to go super defensive. So we need to score first, people. We need to score first. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. This channel is nothing without you guys, nothing without your interaction. And like I said, those of you who want me to talk about culture, want me to talk about music, want me to talk about politics, as soon as we get past over 2,000, we can then set that other channel up, people. So this is not just yours, this is mine. 90 of you in here, please, on your way out, smack that like button like it's Ed Glazer. You know what I mean? Like it's Avram Glazer. Smack it like he's one of their faces, people. It's Woodward. It's Richard Arnold. It's Matt Judge. Smack it, people. Smack it. That's what you need to do. But Flawless, Mighty Mundo, thank you so much. Really appreciate
Anytime,
that.
man. You already know.
And big up to every one of you who come in here, interacted. Like I said, I know some of you want to talk about the England squad. We can talk about it. Scandalous that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not in there. But peace, love, light, win, lose, draw, Glazers out.